Hi, it's Brooklyn Shulamite, and today I'm going to tell you how I got to where I am today. So, I am at Lipscomb University. I am a theology major, ministry focus, emphasis in preaching. And 2 years ago, this wasn't even kind of a thought. Forget a plan. It wasn't even a thought in my head. I attended an evening class at the King's Church of Christ. And that night, I was questioned about my Christian character. And for the first time, I was convicted, but not condemned. I didn't feel punished like I was going to hell for being less than, but they pointed out where I was lacking. And I made a decision that I wanted to be better. And the people at the church were just so relational, and they were engaging, and I kind of wanted to know these people. So I started going on Sunday services, and every week I was convicted, but not condemned. And I wanted to be a better person all the time, not just when I was at church. I wanted to represent this love, this God that I knew. And so I started to change. I started to be that light all the time, or at least attempt to be that light all the time. And I started to look at my bad choices and not make them. I started to not be as concerned with what my friends thought. Though, of course, you want to be accepted. You want to belong. You don't want everybody to think, oh my God, she's changed. But I was changing, and there was no hiding it. So I started to hang out a little bit more with some of the people from church, including some of the younger ministers, and spending time with these really intelligent guys that were funny and silly and just knew God's word. I was inspired. I wanted to know more. I wanted to engage deeper in the conversations with them. And at some point, I decided I wanted to take a theology class. So one night, I told my assistant minister, I'm thinking about taking a theology class somewhere. Maybe. I need to get back to school. It's been a while. Super excited. He tells me about Pepperdine and Lipscomb and Harding, and just like need to go home and look it up. And I didn't want to leave New York. And I'm like, that's not a part of my plan. Let's find something here. And he was like, just go look it up. Fine. I'll look it up. I'm not leaving New York. But California might not be too bad. All right. So I go home. I look them up. I look at all the psychology programs. Because at that point, I'm still thinking I'm going to major in psychology. And then I start to apply. Why not? Okay. I can probably get scholarships or something. I can't afford these schools. But, if I can get scholarships, I'll go. And so I applied to these schools, and I got in 2 out of 3. And I decided on Lipscomb. I was going to go to Nashville. So I started to make these arrangements to live in this new place. And then I found out that at 33, I can't live on campus. So that means I had to find a job, a car, an apartment in 3 months. So that's when God just started to just do stuff. I found a roommate that goes to the school on Craigslist. And then my sister calls one day and says that she hasn't been tithing and she wants to give to the kingdom. And so because I'm making a move towards God, she's going to give me 10% of her tax return to put towards a down payment on a car. 3 weeks before I got here, my credit rating goes up 100 points out of nowhere. And things just start to come together. And I'm going. There was a point when I thought I was going to have to live at the Y and take the train or the bus or whatever down here. And I decided no matter what, I was going to Nashville. And so I did. And now I'm here at this really expensive school. And I'm struggling. But I wouldn't rather be anywhere else. I am a theology major. I just decided I'm going to take this because it's going to teach me the most about God and my relationship. But the longer I'm here, the more I realize this isn't about me at all. God called me again. He called me before, and I picked up, engaged, then I put him on hold because the world called. And every now and then I'd click back over to see if he was still there. He was there. And at some point I dropped the call, and I didn't even realize it. I was so engaged with the world, I didn't even notice. But he called back. And so I picked up, and he called me to Nashville. He called me to this school where I am older than everybody, and I have no money. And he said, you have work to do. He called me home and gave me a short list. First thing on the list, understand the work better so you can explain it to others. And then I'll tell you what to do next. Because I have no idea what's coming next at all. But that's okay, because I'm leaning completely on God. But I want everybody to know that all of the magic, all of the craziness of this trip, it's not about me, it's about him. And it's about my place in the kingdom and doing something. And when God calls, you answer. So just make sure that when he calls, you don't get so wrapped up in what you're doing that you don't understand that there's something so much better on the other line. Don't forget to click over. So I love you. Blessings and prayers and kisses. Reverend Shulamite out.